GameWeenie.
Plays the quarterback position like a middle linebacker. Incredible ability to process and get the ball out quickly. Clemson's got to come up with some plans to try to get him out of rhythm early.
5 playmakers flanking Burrow. And he's going to scramble and stays alive. Negative 1 yard. Clemson brings the pressure. It's picked up, and now Burrow is launching downfield. And it's Chase again. He's got the catch. And again, fighting inside the 5. One of those big 4-point plays. Burrow looking to run. Escapes and scores.
It's absolutely impossible to think that the Cincinnati Bengals are not going to draft Joe Burrow. And I'm going to tell you the biggest reason why. That is this little statistic. In the last 3 games, he not only has thrown 16 touchdowns and no interceptions, he not only is throwing 435 yards a game, his yards per attempt, which is about the only easy stat that NFL people love and view with reverence, is 10.4 yards per attempt.
Joe Burrow far more likely to come to the NFL and make an impact.
51st pick in the NFL draft. The Cincinnati Bengals select Joe quarterback.
All right, guys, so here it is, the first official Madden rebuild from Madden 20 from the GameWeenie channel. Welcome, Weeniacs, and hopefully you enjoyed that intro opening up, giving a little bit of insight into who we're going to be drafting first. Number 1 from LSU, the championship Heisman winner, Joe Burrow, hometown boy for the Bengals. Figured we'd start it off right with Cincinnati. So, of course, got to start off in the offseason trying to re-sign A.J. Green. I know that's going to be important as we move forward, so might as well franchise tag him. Got to give Joe Burrow somebody to throw to. So Tyler Eifert, however you say it. You know, this guy has just always sort of bugged me. I'm not a huge Eifert fan, but I'd like to give my guy Joe some weapons off the bat. So I'm going to offer Eifert a little bit of cash here. Figure 4 years, 15 will be decent, but he's just not interested in signing. Okay, maybe I'll move on from that. Andrew Billings, I know that Cincinnati is weak up the middle, so keeping a guy who's 325 plus would be a good move. But again, these guys just don't want to sign, and I can understand why. You know, if I'm living this as a realistic rebuild, you know, Cincinnati just doesn't want to pay top price for anybody. That's why, you know, they hired a guy like Zach Taylor as their head coach. But you know what? Not going to hate on Zach Taylor. I'm going to try to channel his energy and try to inspire and motivate. But, you know, when I'm looking at re-signings here, okay, Denard, you know, he's good, 75, 71 man zone coverage. A little bit overrated, but he's got this star potential. And anytime you're doing a rebuild, guys, one of the most important things you can do for your roster is try to sign these guys who already have star player traits. It makes it so much easier to level up your players and level up your roster faster. Now, something I like to do before I head into free agency is see who are my big cap hits. And of course, we know Dalton is at the top of the list there. AJ Green, we just franchise tagged him, so we know we're going to put some cash down on that. We're okay with that. Looking at some of these guys, you know, is a right tackle, 66 overall, worth $2.8 million. I don't know. A punter, $2.5 million at 64 overall. Nah, sorry, Kevin Huber, you've had a good run, but it's over. He's the first cap casualty of the Cincinnati Bengals offseason. Erickson, I don't know. I mean, the guy looks all right. Bullock, kicker. Joe Mixon definitely is going to be a huge part of this team moving forward. Got to give Joe Burrow somebody to rely on. So overall, you know, we know the big cap problem is Dalton. He's not going to be a part of this team. I think one of the most important things we need to do in the offseason is get a replacement backup quarterback, a guy who can help be the eyes and ears for Joe. So let's go ahead. Those are all the guys we're going to re-sign. So now let's talk about that we have done some free agency. I just jumped ahead for you guys. Signed Costanzo, signed Fitzpatrick. Jonah Williams is a guy that is injured but will be coming back. He's a good left tackle or right tackle. Costanzo, I might move him to right tackle. Really beefed up the linebacking core. Signed Jamie Collins. I know he's going to degrade quickly, but having a guy at 79 with star potential or star player capabilities is really important as I'm trying to rebuild this roster really from the ground up. So again, had pretty decent free agency class with Fitzmagic being the guy that is going to help groom the number 1 pick, Joe Burrow. This draft class, he doesn't quite look right, and he's ranked number 17 in true value. I can't believe that for a second. He's going to be our man here, Joe Burrow. So we might give him a facelift. You know, one of the things I like to do sometimes if I don't like the way the players look is I'll adjust what their faces look like after I do the draft class. So I might do that with Joe Burrow, but overall, the guy's going to have a good starting point with that hidden potential. We know he's probably going to be at least a superstar, but hopefully we can work him up to an X factor. Of course, the Bills trade up to get Chase Young. Whoa, that's a move for that team that is really just an elite pass rush away from making a deep run if Josh Allen can really turn it up next year and not play as much hero ball. But again, we're talking about the Bengals here. So with the next pick, I really want to make sure that I'm doing right by not just Joe Burrow, but the entire team. And when you talk about supporting, your team, there's lots of ways you can go. But man, having a star middle linebacker like Patty Fisher could be, oh man, that's too tempting to pass up. Sometimes, guys, if I feel strong about somebody, I'm not afraid to reach, even if the scouts have him as a 3rd round grade or maybe even a high 2nd. But look, here's an offensive lineman I could plug and play potentially. Sort of torn here. But overall, I think I got to go with Patty Fisher. That's a little bit of a disappointment. I thought he was going to have hidden potential, I hoped. I don't know. We'll see, though. I mean, he's a 73. He's young. Maybe we can make him better. Oh, that's a disappointment. Okay, so we simmed through the rest of the draft here. Cordy Glenn, a former Bill, current Bengal. Maybe we move him to a guard spot. A lot of people talked about this early in his career, moving him to a guard or a tackle. He started as a tackle. As the Bills drafted him, a lot of people talked about him being a guard, but we're going to make him a guard here. And I think, one of the best things you can do is just really take a strong look at what your team's going to be. We know we'll have Jonah Williams, not Prince, there at left tackle. Billy Price, he's got the star potential. What is the deal here? I thought he was a center when he came in, so we might move him back to center and see if he can maybe live up to that star potential that he has. Because right now, the center position isn't looking great, but I'd rather have a star potential guy at the pivot position than an average potential. So looking at our draft board again, we took Patty Fisher with that 2nd pick. I think our next pick is in the 3rd round. So just looking forward now, trying to see, what else could we put around a guy like Joe Burrow. So I'm going to pause it quick and just see, is there any opportunity to trade up real quick here? I like to not be spammy when I'm doing my trades, but if there's guys that realistically I think, we would get rid of, and package some picks to go along with it, I'm not afraid to do that, and they're looking for a right outside linebacker. Those are both guys I signed up for agency. I really want to keep those guys. They're talking about a tackle. Well, not for nothing, I do have some tackles, but maybe I can swing this center. Oh, yes. All right. A guy that I wasn't even super pumped about. Now that means Billy Price is most likely going to have to start at center unless I somehow pick up a gem in the late rounds here. All right. So now I'm back on the clock. I'm going to go with my man Cosme here. Oh, again, a little bit of a disappointment. I thought I'd gotten superstar potential or at least hidden potential, and he's going to be an average at best. So I traded up. Not a great move. We'll see if it pays off in the long run, but as of right now, not thrilled, with anything beyond Burrow so far. Patty Fisher and Cosme here, a little bit of a letdown. All right, let's jump ahead here. We're going to be doing some jumping ahead in this draft. I have a feeling this team is just not going to be strong enough immediately out of the gate here in 2020. We may even just jump ahead in 2020 to the end of the season. But let's see, right now, Jonathan Taylor, still a strong option. Are there other guys that I have scouted? Colin Johnson, Tyler Johnson, Jake Hansen, Marcus Bailey. I mean, I did already draft a linebacker. It would be nice to get some other weapons. Tyler Johnson, third round projected. He did well at the combine. 6'2", 205. He's physical. He fits the makeup of the team. I'm going to go. There we go. Okay. Interesting. So he's got a hidden potential and also at the same time not great on the catching, sub 80s on the catching attribute. Not thrilled with that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. And so far, I don't think there's anything surprising about this as a Bengals draft. Maybe the biggest surprise is that all these guys are in the 70s. So I'm not hating that. I got to figure out here, what do I want my next move to be? I didn't do necessarily a bang-up job scouting deep into the class. So a lot of these guys, there's another A.J. Green. Wouldn't that be funny if I took a A.J. Green at cornerback and made him line up against the wide receiver in practice? So, I got to figure out here, how else am I going to support the team? I've got, 3 offensive picks so far. You'd think it would make sense, to add to my defensive picks here. A.J. Green, that would be... he is the best cornerback left right now. But I'm thinking it might make sense to add, some additional defensive depth. I really am weak on the defensive side of things. Oh, here's a nice beefy nose tackle who can jump. The guy got jumps. Okay, all right, take him. 69, almost a 70. Again, not another hidden trait. So far, it looks like just Joe and the surprise mid-round pick receiver Johnson, who's got some hidden potential as well. So we'll see what happens with that. Right now, we're deep into the draft at this point. Is anything really going to help me? I don't know. It's an opportunity to take some flyers. A guy like Hill, who's been sitting around for a couple rounds. But here I'm just trying to see who did well at the combine, who maybe fits my system. Maybe I could change their position to something else. A punter, I actually would consider normally, but, I have an okay punter right now that, I don't know if he's Australian or something, but he's got the long hair, and that's cool. So I'll keep the punter rocking the long hair. A safety, late round safety. Let's take a chance here. Okay, 67, not horrible for a 6th round draft pick. He's not in the 50s, so that's cool. He could easily, with some special team snaps, maybe make it up to a 70 by the end of the season. Man, we're really getting into the depths now. Gotta just look and see what's even available. What do I even want right now, you guys? Bryce Huff, run stopper. Good size, decent combine. Another 7.1 performance at the combine. Interesting. Now, these are all undrafted guys. Wallace, Golden, Fuller. These guys are all receivers, Hightower, all guys that should have gone earlier in the draft. But what happens with these receivers? They're a dime a dozen, same as running backs. Bassey. Corner. I could use a corner. 40 seconds. Gotta figure out something here. He seems to be the best corner of the bunch. There's some decent safeties, linebackers. Just checking here to see. I know I got 30 seconds left. Man, this is what happens when you don't get enough time to scout. I'm just gonna go, take a flyer on a defensive lineman there. Ultimately, you can never have enough depth, and he's not that great anyways, so what's the big deal? In any event, we got a late round flyer. So right now we're going to check the draft recap. Pretty decent draft class because all in all, you got Joe Burrow, who's starting at a 75, but clearly, he's going to play all the snaps ideally. There's no sitting on the bench and learning from Fitz magic. We're going to have Fitz be in his ear all the time, but we're going to let Joe just roll. And speaking of rolling, we are just going to roll ahead for the most part with this first season. We're just going to jump right ahead because we have a feeling it's going to be a tough one. So we went 6-10, okay? Not horrible. Joe got 3,800 yards, 25 touchdowns. Joe Mixon, 1,400 yards, led the league in rushing touchdowns, top 3 in rushing yards. A.J. Green, almost 1,000-yard season. But again, we knew, this wasn't going to be enough. Joe wasn't going to suddenly come in and make, magic happen out of nowhere, even with Fitzmagic riding the pine behind him. So we know we're going to have a little bit more building to do to really see if we can make this team formidable, in a tough AFC North. But by this point, Roethlisberger, I think, is retiring. We'll see that for sure a little bit later. But, we're going to have our work cut out for us. Baker's in the conference. Obviously, Lamar is in the conference, in the division, rather. They're both in the division. So no easy role, for the Bengals. But Trubisky got the MVP. What? Trubisky. The 7-9 Bears. What? Jake Fromm apparently took over in New England. And, whoa, Patty Fisher. All right, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, I knew it. I had a hunch about that guy. I knew he was going to work out for us. So, Patty Fisher, he's a field general. It was 77. That's quite the workup. But he was, a 72 when we drafted him. So, didn't seem to up his development rate, but did manage to have a pretty good season. Got Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's worth something. It's weird that a guy can win an award like that and somehow Madden fails to give him any sort of boost or anything that would let his potential jump up. I mean, I think that would be an automatic jump, at least to a superstar, right? If you're a Rookie of the Year, aren't you a superstar? Or at least a star? I don't know. What do you guys think? You let me know in the comments if you think that's worth it. Not that they're going to listen at this point. They're already deep in Madden 2021. Anyhow, jumping ahead here through the Super Bowl week. Ooh, Matt Rule's Panthers beat the Chiefs. Damn. All right, Joe Mixon. We knew all along this moment was coming. We knew we were going to give the guy the Brinks truck. Just back it on up to his driveway. 47, give him a big bonus here. Not that big, but big enough to make him feel special. How's 5 years, $48 million sound? Perfect. Sounds perfect. All right, Carl Lawson surprised everybody and said, contract year, give me some money. So he's a fearmonger and a strip specialist, but only an 83. So 26 years old. Should we give him a 4-year deal? Is that enough time for him to jump up into the 90s, you think? I mean, he's got to keep going up at 26 with superstar X Factor. Let's give him the 4-year deal. Offer is perfect. All right, Carl Lawson, don't you let us down. William Jackson at corner. That's pretty good for a corner to have 90-plus speed, 80 and high 70s in man and zone coverages. William Jackson with a star potential, only at 81 at 28 years. I'm going to try to do a 3-year deal. He's not wanting it. Cordy Glenn, I should have traded you while I had the chance, Cordy. That's a little disappointing on my end. Sean Williams, no. AJ Green, what to do here? 85, clearly on the decline. 2 years. He means so much to the team. I think we should try to keep him. Ooh. Oh, this is tough. Franchise tagged William Jackson. I'm going to let AJ test free agency. Hopefully he'll come back to me. Let's see. I mean, if I can make the case that he should come back at a reduced number to bring some other talent in, what kind of free agents can we get I mean, you see, really building the team up, 79, and 80. Again, it is that time of year to check on savings. Ooh, John Ross. That may have been a bad signing on my end. Drake Kirkpatrick may also have to take one for the team. Oof. John Miller. You had so much potential when you entered the league, originally drafted by Buffalo, I think. And John Ross, man, that is a big, big cap number with only 1 year left remaining on your deal. I'm going to have to think about that. Let me see how much money I got. Ooh. $2.5 million. I released John Miller, so it leaves me with $7 million in cap room. Whoa. Cam going to go play in Pittsburgh, huh? And Trubisky to the Raiders. Going to maybe make money off that MVP season. Nobody wants Kareem Hunt. AJ. Nobody wants AJ Green. Well, if this is the only money I spend, it will be 2 years, $10 million. No, he does not like that. Okay, sorry. Let's try that again. Man, I am really in dire straits financially. 40, he does not like that. I'm going to have to do something here. Oh, man. 3 years. I mean, I'm basically out of money, you guys. I mean, yeah, I can't even afford to offer him this deal. Okay. All right, it may be time. John Ross, you may have to go along with John Miller. Yeah, that is just, oof, too hefty. I'm just going to release him outright. God, he's fast. Okay, let's see if we can trade Mr. Ross away to some team desperate for speed, flush with cash. Can I turn him for a pick? Can I turn him for a pick? The Eagles don't have much. The Jags, they have 2 first rounders. No, not feeling it. Late first rounder? No, not feeling that any better. Let's see if I can get next year's second, maybe. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, so I can get next year's second most likely out of the Jags for John Ross and maybe somebody else that's just eating up cash. Who else is a money pit? Oof, Costanzo is, but right now I need him. I mean, John Ross, you are painful on the pocketbook. Running back Fitz. Oh, is that just getting? No, I shouldn't get rid of Fitz. I mean, he could mean a lot to the team. No, Gio. Oh, can I get rid of Gio? I mean, Gio is overpriced at 4.7. I gotta have somebody else here that I can shed. Ooh, Carlos Dunlap. I mean, oof. I mean, I know that would hurt a real Bengals fan. Nick Perry, it doesn't look that good to them. But I don't know. Maybe I can give him Nick Vigil instead. Oh, Pratt. Well, let's see if I can get. Oh, Drake Kirkpatrick. Now that is a guy worth getting rid of at any cost. Can I get? Okay, they are willing to give up something here. Okay, I just gotta figure out. I mean, now that. What was it, Coughlin? Coughlin's gone. Ooh, that was it. That was the magic. Wow. How much money did I just save by getting Ross and Kirkpatrick off my books? I know Nick Perry was a guy I just signed in the offseason, but that happens. You know, it does happen on occasion. You sign a guy, you run him through training camp, and you just, you don't feel great about him. Obviously, this was before the draft even, so I don't know. Maybe he failed his physical. Anyhow, the Dolphins with the first pick in the draft. They drafted Tua last year. Who are they going to draft this year with the number 1 pick? You got to think, is there a chance they could pick? Okay, they're not going to take Trevor Lawrence. Okay, Xavier Thomas, rush specialist out of Clemson. Now the Jets are on the clock. Could they take Trevor Lawrence and end the Sam Darnold era? Is it possible? Man, that would be That would be something. The Jets, they need to figure out, nope, they're going to go with speed. Rondale Moore, a little mighty might, little 5'9", 5'8", speed demon. Going to add some pizzazz. The Vikings, are they over Kirk Cousins, and are they going to take Trevor Lawrence? I mean, God, I might have a chance to take Trevor Lawrence at this point. Oh, my God, the Vikings don't take Trevor Lawrence. Instead, a left tackle, Penei Sewell. Whew. What is going on? I don't know. I should consider here. Should I trade this pick away? I mean, at this point, I got the quarterback. I got the running back. I don't know that there's any top flight premium defensive players in here. But man, I mean, this is a shocker. What do you do when you got a guy like Trevor Lawrence sitting on the board? Somehow his drop to number 4, did his loss to Joe Burrow and LSU lead to an imploding season at Clemson? At this point, I mean, well, let's pause because I took too long just hanging out looking. But let's look at the picks being offered. Okay, the Browns and Seahawks are offering first. New England's offering a first. This stupid glitch where the draft clock is sitting in there. Wow. Lots of first rounders being offered here for this draft. Some second rounders and third rounders being offered for the next draft. Let's just take a look at who's on the board right now. Trevor Lawrence, 6'6", 225 out of Clemson. Nobody is going after him. And meanwhile, I've got my eyes on guys like Justin Ross, Patrick Surtain Jr., Caden Stearns, Jack Stoll. I mean, got a pretty good draft board. But I think I could get away with trading back here. Especially if I were to trade back. I know it's nice to see. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so the first rounders are from Miami at 15. New England and Indy. Oh, man. Yeah, good thing. Okay, now I know who's offering. I know who's offering some money. Or money in the way of draft picks. So I went ahead and I traded back with the Bears, actually. Because the Bears, I was able to juice for a little bit here. And we know they're willing to trade. We know the Bears are movers and shakers, and they take Trevor Lawrence. I mean, we know Trubisky had that MVP season and then looked like he re-signed. He didn't re-sign. He went to the Raiders in free agency. So the Bears were clearing the decks for Trevor Lawrence. Man, that would be something. That would be something. He'll be an interesting fit wherever he goes. You guys think he'll end up in Chicago? I don't know. But now I got my pick, and at number 9, a Joe Burrow buddy. I mean, Patrick Queen could make so much sense. He's not necessarily a scheme fit, but man, he is a hidden potential. I hate that mustache. I hate that. I don't know why it bugs me so much. He's definitely going to look different by the end of this. Okay, so super excited about that pick. The Patrick Queen pick, was able to trade back, get some ammo. Oh, that's a disappointment. Jedrick, okay. So for some reason, low overall, but high blocking, both for pass and run. So not worried about that. Jedrick Willis, he's at a tackle. Maybe I can move him into a guard position. Really need to start building out some support for Joe here. May even consider another offensive lineman here. Connor Gilman. I mean, okay. All right, so not having as much luck as I would have thought or would normally like in a draft class here. A little disappointing there. But let's look at who we got overall. Patrick Queen to me is... So it looks not great, but Patrick Queen is going to be an important piece. Joe Burrow is already a superstar. Offensive line, really coming together with the signing of Ben Jones to man the center instead of Billy Price. Patty Fisher, Jamie Collins still hanging in there. Patrick Queen, we're going to move into a starting spot right away. Nick Vigil can be a nice utility backup. Really starting to get a pretty solid team put together overall. Not really missing John Ross, I don't think. And overall, being able to get back a guy like AJ Green was really important. So AJ Green, we're actually going to let him even play in the slot. At this point in his career, whatever AJ Green wants to do to help the Bengals, we're going to let AJ Green do to help the Bengals. We're going to move maybe Patrick Queen into this sub linebacker spot above Jamie Collins. Collins is just getting a little older, probably not the right fit for that. So now we're just going to take a look at kind of the team overall. Got some good talent. I signed in Njoku, found Cole Van Lanen, great trade. Just sitting on the trade block, great pass block from this guy. Maybe would even consider putting him, where Costanzo is. But if Jonah Williams can't get his game up, Cole Van Lanen is definitely hanging out in the wings, waiting out. But for now, let's move him over to right tackle. Really talented guy. Gonna really hope Jonah Williams can move up. Jedrick Willis, he is gonna slot to start at guard. Ben Jones, great free agent signing, a little late in his career, but still just seems to have more. Cosme from last year's draft, Costanzo. So now we got Hubbard and Lawson at the rush spots. Moved Dunlap in to be a D tackle to lengthen his career. This guy, Renell Wren, is just sort of garbage. We're just going to get rid of him. Have a solid defensive lineup starting to round out. Linebacker still a little soft. Got some mid-70s guys, but I think a guy like Nick Vigil, again, superstar or star rather development, but really just kind of middling in the 70s. So we're going to let him back up on the right side behind Jamie Collins. Signed Mackenzie Alexander, really excited about that signing to really bolster the cornerback position. Got Bates, signed Chuck Clark, I believe, in free agency. Eisworth never really made it for me. Again, just cleaning the decks a little bit, getting rid of some of these guys. Sherwood, you're a rookie, so I'm going to move you to the practice squad, but you are not good enough. McManus signed J.K. Scott as a punter after we got rid of Huber or whoever it was a little bit earlier in the first season. So really, signed Mitchell Schwartz too is a surprise free agency there. Maybe to surprise you guys a little bit. Signed Von Miller, super excited about that in free agency. So now I think this team is ready to compete. When you take a guy like Sam Hubbard, who's already pretty good, and make him a backup behind Von Miller, and then you got Carl Lawson, who's coming into his own at an 85 now. Really has just come on. Gonna even move him over so Miller can move back to his natural rush right end position. And ironically, he's got to settle for 55 because Carl Lawson, probably inspired by Von Miller, already had 58. So interesting turn of events there. Had to finally see Dunlap go his way. Queen has not fully improved as much as he could, but signed Jared Davis, drafted Earl Alexander, a guy very excited about. So now it's time to get into it. And we're going to start and for the first time get a little bit of game footage and just see, now that we've made some strides with this Bengals team, how good are they? Do they stack up against this tough Browns team that is really coming into its own now? We're a couple seasons in here. Finally going to show you guys some game footage, and let's see, how good are these Bengals?
It's Sunday Night Football, and on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio.
The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
All right, went with these all whites. The Browns are now home uniforms in those all brown. There's the boy Baker. Might do the Browns in the next franchise here, because it's a team that, man, with Kevin Stefanski, can he do anything? Can he do anything for these Browns? I don't know, but let's go ahead and jump in here. We're going to show Joe Burrow. You know, he's a little ways into his career here. Pretty talented young man. Digging that all white. If you notice, we did give him a little bit of a plastic surgery. And let's just get into it. The Browns are up 3-0, so we're starting off with a nice run early with Joe Mixon. And, we scored early. You know, we had Joe Burrow hit Johnson, that hidden development receiver that we drafted. Not Chad Johnson, not Ocho Cinco, but Ocho 80? I don't know. No hablo. Don't kill me. And then A.J. Green had a nice touchdown catch, too. So Cleveland was up, coming back in the fourth quarter with no time left. End around for the touchdown to Antonio Callaway. Isn't that a former Brown? Antonio Callaway? So end around surprise run play with less than a minute left to score a touchdown. Look at that great play. And on the 2-point conversion, the line collapses and they can't get the play off. Are the Browns going to win by 2? They are. Oh, what a way to start the season. Zach Taylor feeling the disappointment. Really wishing, that he could have started out with a win. But Von Miller got his sacks in. Some great plays. This Bengals team is right there. Joe Burrow is right there. But it shows you it takes a village. 156 passing yards. Not the best game. 183 if you check the end there. All right, so we jumped ahead. Whoa. 34 passing touchdowns. And not the leader, Joe Mixon. Again, plus 1,000 yards rushing. A.J. Green in his twilight here, 1,000 yards this year and 12 touchdowns, which he did not have last year. And wouldn't you know it, the Bengals make the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? The 2022 Super Bowl, the Bengals did it. After that tough way to start the season, you flash forward ahead. We beat Indy and Kansas City, I believe, in the playoffs. And now are going to the bowl, baby. Joe Burrow knows what it takes to win a championship at the collegiate level, beating the best of the best in the SEC and the College Bowl playoff. And the Bucks, is it Jameis Winston finally get a Super Bowl? No. I believe they drafted Justin Fields out of Georgia. If you looked close at the pregame there. All right, so the Bengals rocking the black and orange, the Halloween ditties here at the bowl. Pioneer Airways Arena for the Super Bowl. Here the Bucks are in that classy all red. That's nice. Nice red. All right, Zach Taylor, 3 playoff wins, a 31-33 record, but the guy made the bowl. And Tony Lou must have taken over for Bruce Arians, saying, check out those tats, baby. Love those tats. All right, Zach Taylor finding his man, saying, Joe, I'm not good enough. This is on you. 31-33. Somehow I made the Super Bowl. And this badass Justin Fields and the number 1 jersey looking like Cam Jr. up in here. And Patty Fisher saying, I don't know, man. I still am just a normal dev trait. What am I doing in the Super Bowl with a losing head coach statistically? All right, we got the coin flip.
I want to see if they come out conservative, trying to minimize errors, or if they have enough confidence to attack early.
So you guys know the presentation layer, so don't mind me if I talk over some of it. but also know that these Bengals, man, who dey think they gonna beat the Bucks? KJ Hamler. I feel like he was hanging out in the draft for a minute. One of those seasons. All right, Auden Tate trying to get his guys pumped up. Kind of an underrated guy after the opening kick. Going with Justin Fields here. The guy had a season. 29 touches, 7 INTs. That's a good ratio right there. Almost 3-1. Zach Taylor saying, hey, man, we held him. We held him to a field goal, so now it's on my man Joe B. $4,000, 36 touches, 12 innies. Joe's saying, you know, I got it. I got the swagger. Even if I throw a little innie, I'll get the 6 too. Oh no, are you kidding me? Wow, Auden Tate. Super bowling. Damn. Nice little dive move too. Showing off for the cameras. I mean, he was wide open. Ooh, was that a touchdown? Are they gonna review that? It sort of looked like he was on the wrong side of the pylon, but oh, here we go. I don't know. Pylon cam says it was good. Oh, and the Bucks come back. So now it's 13-10. Joe Mixon. Ooh, hard cut. Nice. Joe Mixon getting him some. Oh, Joe Burrow handing the ball. He's going to do a free throw here. Oh, and it's good. Clearly it's good. Man. 16-13 in the fourth quarter. 5:58. All right, so 17-13. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, so the Bucks get another touch. Joe, ooh. Oh, wow, that almost ended the game. Okay, all right. 3rd and 8 here. 2017. Tampa Bay is up. 3:33 left in the game. Dropping back. Ooh, finding the sweet. Oh, can he get it? Ooh. Oh, man. I don't know if he got it. Oh, he didn't get it. Are you kidding? All right, we're going to run the ever dangerous. Yep, punt fake. What happens? Can he get it? No, he got it. Yo, that was... Look, if you got the 2-man covering each gunner, then you're usually okay to run that fake up the middle. You just got to make sure that your fullback is not slow. Oof. 2:30. Clock ticking. All right, got to figure out something here. Got to work something up. 2 minutes left. Play action. Oh, nice. Over the middle, deep throw. Just got to get a field goal to take it to overtime, but you know Joe. Zach Taylor saying, I do not trust myself in overtime. Joe, just get there. Joe Burrow is upgraded for the purposes of the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow is upgraded to the Omaha X Factor. Wow. So got to have a lot of completions in a row. 5 completions in a row. But he does have the Omaha X Factor. This is going to be fun playing with Joe Burrow moving forward. Ooh. Oh, no. I saw the open pass, too. I'm going to go for it again. Tyler Boyd. Oh, no. Yep. You got it? Oh, they're going to say it was incomplete. 4th and 20. Damn it. Okay. All right, no promises here. Ooh. Oh my God. David Njoku. Wow. 4th and 20. 50 seconds. The clock is running. They hand it off. What are they doing? Oh, they still have 3 timeouts. Okay. I'm asking this as if I'm not the one making these decisions. Okay. Whoa. Breathe here. Okay. 42 seconds. 20-17. The Bengals are down. Joe Burrow has the ball. Oh, man. That was almost it. If he'd put a little bit more under it, that could have been the game winner right there. Okay, running some audibles here. Joe Burrow's changing some stuff at the line. He's liking what he's seeing. Across the middle. There you go. Tyler Boyd, 32 seconds and counting. They're going to hurry it up and then take the timeout. Okay, are they just going to settle for the field goal here? What's the verdict? No, 22 seconds left, 1st and goal. Gotta go for it. Gotta. There's no reason not to take 1 or 2 shots right here. Joe Burrow, 22 seconds. Super Bowl. Oh! And of all the people, it's AJ Green.
What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're...
AJ Green, unreal. What a way to cap a career. The game winner? Question mark? A chance to go up by 4, and he gets it with 19 seconds left. The Bengals may win. Oh, Turry is just that now they're falling apart. The Bucs are arguing with each other. The coach is saying, get out of here. Get out of here. I'll tell him what he did. It's too late. There's 24 seconds. I mean, they do have 3 timeouts, but they got to score a touchdown. Got to score a touchdown. Justin Fields, are you ready for this? I mean, I would normally sim it, but at this point, I mean, it's too good. It's too good. Okay, bringing it. Bringing it. Come on. AJ Green got the... Oh, no. Justin Fields. Why would he not run out of bounds? Okay, taking the timeout. So AJ Green got the maybe game winner. Can we bring the whole Super Bowl to a close? Let's go. Okay, bringing it. Ooh. No. Okay, see. Okay. 4 seconds. Okay, this is it. This is the last play. Right here, going to be Von Miller and bring the heat. Come on. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Yes! That is it. Wow. What a game. Who would have thought? Justin Fields. Oof, leave that helmet on, bud. That's the Bengals fans are just going bananas, I'm sure. Coaches meeting at midfield. No press corps. Wouldn't that be something? Fields is having a tough go with it. Hey, it wasn't your fault, man. It wasn't your fault. Joe Burrow had a crazy... There's Patty Fisher. Joe Burrow had a crazy game. Checking some highlights here. I mean, the highlight is for sure... You know, the Auden Tate touchdown is one thing, but man, the Joe Burrow, AJ Green touchdown, 8 catches, 116 yards, and the game winner. Damn. The man went out on top. Is he going to retire after this? I hope not. I'd like to get him one more Super Bowl. AJ Green is the man, but he might go out. But either way, he'll always have this moment. Joe Burrow with his hands pumping air, fist pumping it. Patty Fisher with the Lombardi. Oh man, could you imagine the Bengals bringing it home to Cincinnati? Man, was looking forward to doing a whole nother season here. Had a great draft, really built up a great draft, great free agency, really built up the lines here. Now ready to contend. And unfortunately, it didn't end the way I wanted. Came across some sort of game-breaking glitch where, as you can see now, I'm just locked out of everything. I can't, now that the season's starting, I can't set a season goal. I can't improve the team. I can't even see the game that's being played. It's supposed to be against the Giants. And now I'm just sort of stuck. So, weird way to end this franchise. but know that you're off to a good start. If the Bengals draft Joe Burrow, it's the right move. Clearly, the man is going to get him some Lombardi hardware, or at least start taking him in that direction. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Check out all the great content coming to you from GameWeenie, and check back for more. Believe the next one is going to be the Browns. See if we can avoid this weird game-breaking glitch and see if we can take Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns on a Lombardi quest to get Baker in the conversation. All right, thanks again, and we'll check you next time on GameWeenie Madden Rebuilds.